Can a chiropractic adjustment fix lumbar spinal stenosis pain? According to research, if you get adjusted following that adjustment, you're going to increase your muscular strength and endurance. Also, it's going to allow for a pre-activation of the deep abdominal core muscles, which is really vital and really good thing for people with that weakened structure of a lumbar spinal stenosis. Because if you're able to stabilize that spine, prevent micromotions as you're lifting, as you're moving around throughout the day, you can prevent a lot of pain situations. How your body works is you have 24 spinal bones that wrap around the spinal cord for protection. You have the brain that sits up on top, you have the spinal cord, you have the nerves that exit, and you have this information coming from the body that goes to the brain, and from the brain out to the body. This information highway, that's the job of the brain, is to control and coordinate all structures and functions of the body. If you have a trauma, it could be auto accident, slip and fall, it could be falling off your tricycle, bicycle, skateboard, maybe postural stress throughout the day, maybe it's sitting in front of that computer. It can cause stress on the vertebrae, lock up one or more of the vertebrae, cause dysfunction in that joint, and that can cause imbalance of the musculature in that area, and it can cause imbalance globally. If that continues on, that imbalance with the joint not moving, it can cause osteoarthritis. If that continues on, it can cause lumbar spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of the nerve canal. People with lumbar spinal stenosis, they may have symptoms of low back pain, tingling, numbness, weakness down the legs, the clumsiness of the feet. Brought on, usually it's going to be worse as you're walking or standing long periods of time. So if you're able to adjust the spine on a regular basis, it helps free up that dysfunctional joint. When you do that, then the proper information from that joint and the muscles around the joint will get up to the brain. The brain can process that information and send out the right messages so the body and the spine can balance better. Because the research will show that if you get regular chiropractic adjustments, you're going to have increased muscular strength and endurance. The pre-activation of the core muscle is going to allow for a better postural control because of better spinal function. Also, it's going to allow for better coordinated movement of the feet. That clumsiness from lumbar spinal stenosis will dissipate. Studies show that the ankle positional sense will improve. That's important for when you take a step without looking at it, that you don't stumble and fall. Also, the reaction, the first step reaction test will improve. That's essential because that first step is the most critical thing from preventing you from having a fall. And for older adults, especially people that have lumbar spinal stenosis, that's one of the major complicating factors, because if you get a fall, break your hip, and you go into the hospital, you can have complications from that, and one of those complications could lead to death. People with lumbar spinal stenosis should do three things. They should get adjusted on a regular basis so they can provide proper joint motion and allow proper neurological information to go through these areas. That will allow better function. Then the muscles that have been imbalanced for long periods of time should be conditioned. So there's specific exercise that you should do on a daily basis: the abdominal curl-ups, the lateral plank, the glute bridge, and the bird dog are all designed to do on a daily basis to activate and strengthen those areas, along with the neurological reboot from the chiropractic adjustments. And the last thing that's important is to do structural rehabilitation. That means you've got to do exercise to fix the abnormal postures of the forward head posture and hunchback and the curves of the spine. So people that are able to get regular adjustments, do the functional and the structural rehabilitations, are able to take care of the lumbar spinal stenosis and that pain.